Movement Fabrications, Nottingham's choice for custom signs, designs, repairs, and all things metal. Visit them online at airmovefabs.co.uk or find them on Facebook. Air Movement Fabrications, an official partner with Primetime Racing TV. Custom racing shirts, hero cards, paint schemes, and much more. From local racers to big race teams, we've got your back. Based out of upstate New York, Krutz Custom Graphics is the motorsports design specialist, an official partner with Primetime Racing TV. Welcome, race fans, to Primetime Racing TV. Back here tonight with the Hardline Racing League, the Contender Series here from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Joining me in the booth tonight, as always, Corey Silva and Devin Black. We're ready for an awesome night of racing.
You almost forgot what we were for a second, didn't you, Brandon?
I got a poke on TeamSpeak at the same time that I was doing the intro.
That's not what you want.
Yeah, but we haven't brought you the Hardline Series since Friday when we brought you the Cup Series. We were at Phoenix International last week. This week we've come to the high banks and the high speeds of Charlotte Motor Speedway for yet another Contender Series race. Qualifying underway right now. On the provisional pole right now, we have Matthew Bell, new driver to this series, at least me anyways.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen him before in this league.
And now Tom Bourne, oh, just as we follow him, hard lick into the turn 2 wall. He did manage to get a lap on the board, so he got a total loss for him. Ryer LaPrade, remember he's up there every single week. He gets to the second position thus far. Good starting position for him as we speak.
So do we have information on what lap the stage ends? Do we know?
We can figure out. We have the technology.
Lap 45 coming to 46 is when the stage ends.
And remember, with this league, there are no cautions when the stage ends. It's just award points. Is that what you're going to say, Corey?
Yes, it was. You beat me to it.
Now, I was just spoken to by one of the league officials down in the meeting room. Slight rule change for restarts that they are testing for tonight and tonight only. This will not affect Friday's race. Just for tonight, the leader does not have to go on the green flag anymore. He has the option to go from when the pace car pulls off all the way to the green flag.
Which is indicative of NASCAR. Obviously, on iRacing, we don't have painted Geico restart zones or anything of that such quite yet, but from the moment that pace car enters pit lane until the flagman throws that green flag, you now have the opportunity to kind of play a little mind game, if you will, and change up when you're going to go.
Yeah, which a lot of the time that can really help stop the stack-ups, because everyone's not trying to get the perfect jump right as the green comes out. But sometimes it can be worse.
Yeah, you have about, we'll give or take maybe 500 to 1,000 feet in some situations of variance to play with, as opposed to, as you said, Evan, just who can get that perfect green light, if you will. You know, like almost like Mario Kart. If you go right at the right time, you get that extra turbo boost. Kind of the same concept. I just played Mario Kart earlier.
So that's why, that's where that came from.
Yeah, real life examples, but a valid point. So that'll wrap up qualifying, so let's get you your Primetime Racing TV starting lineup here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. On the pole is going to be Jacob Adams with a 27.288 second lap time. To his outside is Briar LaPrade. Starting in third is going to be Matthew Bell with Ryan Hartz in fourth. Then we have Nick Olson, Jordan Pauly, Cole Bagunia, Joe Lawrence, Tom Bourne, and Sean Dower rounding out your top 10.
We got Patrick McLaurin in 11th, Robert Kinney in 12th, Justin Brown in 13th, Walker Thomas in 14th, Brandon Bosco in 15th, and Tyler Hensley, Corey Blevins, Joshua Adams, Ryan Dyson, and right at the top 20 is Tanner Allen.
Cody Tabor starting 21st, 22nd, Kyle Zimmer, 23rd, Jamie Dyson, and then it's Cole Borgstadt, Cody Griffin, Rusty Capel, Jonathan Wall, Levi Zelensky, Thomas Bresci, Casey Shue, and rounding out the field in 31st is Nathan Velez. 31
drivers on the grid today. Very impressive field. Very good turnout for the guys in the Hardline Racing Series. Let's check out your track facts today. The weather at Charlotte is 78 degrees in the air, 78 degrees on the track. Sunny skies, well, partly cloudy, if you will. Negligible wind, only 2 miles an hour. I think everybody knows Charlotte Motor Speedway, 1.5 mile quad oval, Concord, North Carolina. 24 degrees of banking in the turns. And we will have 167 miles around this circuit today, 115 laps.
Corey, I got a question for you.
I potentially have an answer for you.
How do you get sunny skies when it's nighttime?
I was looking at the sunny sky graphic on the weather icon. Leave me alone.
It's not quite sunny skies.
Good question, though, Evan.
Moony skies.
Moony skies, there it is.
There it is, yep.
So if you remember last week, we had... Actually, what did we have last week? I'm trying to go back in my memory bank here. I think, was it Thomas Bresci?
One?
Yeah, Thomas Bresci
yeah,
won the Cup race. It was Shane Tarrant. Yes, Shane Tarrant won though, didn't he?
No. I think you might have had that the other way around.
It was that. No, it was Thomas Bresci.
Bresci won the Contender Series.
Yes, I got the drivers right. I got the series wrong. In 24, Thomas Bresci was your winner at Phoenix last week. Remember the interesting finish we had between Tarrant and LaPrade. Let's see what Charlotte Motor Speedway brings us tonight live here on Primetime Racing TV. Glad to have you with us as we await this initial start of the race.
These guys getting ready for the base car to pull off down into the safety of pit road here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The leader has the option to go whenever he wants. Waiting for him to get on the loud pedal here. Green flag is in the air. They're underway.
The outside got a really good start there. Looks like Adams might miss a shift.
Yeah, give Briar LaPrade in the 25. Give him the edge on the upper groove here so far, but the 8 is gonna pull back side by side down the back straightaway.
They're 3, 4 wide down there behind them. The field fans out down the back straightaway down into turn number 3.
Now, Charlotte Motor Speedway, the outside in many cases is going to be preferred, so you have to kind of give Briar LaPrade in the 25 the preferred groove up there. I think he's going to grab the edge going into turn 1. But Jacob Adams almost hit the left rear there, try to drive it in deep to stay side by side, is not able to do so. Give the lead to the 25.
Briar LaPrade takes the lead. The top 3 are single file, but still under a blanket. Matthew Bell now looking to gain second place.
But we have to look side by side for about the 5th position. We have the 14 of Nick Olson. I'm sorry, there's 00 of Nick Olson, excuse me. He was just in a battle, but that has now ceased. Now we have Jordan Pauly in the 19 battling with Joe Lawrence in the 78. That battle has also ceased. As soon as I get to the battles, they're over. This is a battle that is not over. We have Sean Dower in the 62 machine. He is in a fight. No, he's not. You guys find the battle. I keep killing them.
Yeah, whenever you talk on the end. There's not actually too many battles going on in top 10 or so.
No, not
single file.
too many.
Looks like there's a battle with Jordan Pauly and... Well, no, that ended.
So see what you guys do here.
That battle is very much so not over.
Yeah, we have double file pace lap formation for about 4 rows here as we enter turns 1 and 2. We have the 78 of Lawrence, we have Pauly, we have Bagunia, Bourne, Olson, Dower, and a couple others under a blanket here down the back straightaway.
Yeah, coming out of turn 4, Pauly tried to do a little bit of a slide job and came up and hit the wall, and Dower got into the back of him.
Oh, that would explain the damage on Jordan Pauly's machine. It could affect both of those race cars throughout the race.
You have to look at the front end of Nick Olson. It also kind of have some beat up bumper there, but 3 wide through 1 and 2. Kind of splits the middle between Pauly and the 62 of Dower.
62 gladly lets off to not be in the middle of that, but they're still side by side for the position.
Again, we have to attribute the high line here. You're not burning as much tire off. You're not putting as much wheel in. You can really bog down the inside line. I think these guys will be fighting to get up top here in this side-by-side battle.
Yeah, at this track, tire wear and... Oh, wreck.
62, Sean Dower, just speaking about him. What a save.
Oh, my.
Oh, here we go. The 20 machine's around.
A caution flag flies here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. They were wrecking down the back straightaway. Looks like the 20 car, Kyle
massive
Zimmer.
net code.
So we have 2 incidents to follow here. We got to follow. Let me find the
my.
62 of Sean Dower.
That was huge. What we call netcode. Those not familiar with iRacing. Netcode is basically part of your internet connection to the server, and sometimes it glitches. And
Sorry to cut you off there. The 03 of Dower kind of got hit. Well, I'm sorry, Hartz got into Dower, and then who is that? Kyle Zimmer, who's behind this. He was. Oh yeah, that wasn't even close.
That was at least 4 feet.
That was huge, huge netcode.
We love our iRacing, but there are times when, I mean, kind of circumstances of life.
Zimmer got nailed, sort of, by the 17, who, it must be Zimmer's connection that's not great, because the 17 ghosted through it.
Yeah.
No, it's... I'm looking at the pings, and it was Griffin's. He's the only one that has a bad ping. His was like 950.
Wow.
But Zimmer's is fine.
Ping is a number, again, I think a lot of our viewers know, but for those who perhaps don't, ping is how fast the internet is essentially moving. So the higher the number, the worse signal you have, which is ultimately going to cause those kind of issues.
Looks like most of the field comes down pit road. Looks think about 4 cars stayed out.
Now Joshua Adams in the 88, from what I can see, is your leader right now.
Yeah, he stayed out, as well as the 12 of Walker Thomas, Tanner Allen, as well as Baron Lobosco. But it looks like Thomas and Lobosco are now coming down pit road. No, Lobosco is faking. So, top 3 stayed out, everyone else is on 4 tires. This will be interesting to see the difference in tires after just 8 laps or so.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do expect it to actually to be something of note. You can tell on iRacing most of the time when you do have even a 5, 6, 7 lap run, it does end up kind of causing there to be a discrepancy in lap time. So it may not be huge, but it might be enough. As we will get doubled up, stacked up, and ready to go racing here on lap 10, taking lap 11 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. '88 Evil Sky Motorsports machine of Joshua Adams. He has Walker Thomas in the 12 to the outside as we await the pace car to enter pit lane, and we will be on our toes to wait to see when Adams gets back on the loud pedal and gets this race underway. Pace car is in anytime now, and there he is. He's already on it. Green flag in the air. That's going to spread the field out, or at least the top 5 or 6 out a good bit.
Yeah, no one was really able to anticipate that restart like they wanted to, which it's really hard to do when the leader can go whenever he wants.
But you can see here for about maybe 8th on back or so, we have some double file racing still going on. Tom Bourne battling with Joe Lawrence in the 78. But Bourne's on the outside now trying to make something with Ryan Dyson in the 28.
Oh gosh, the 0-0 back here towards the rear of the pack. Almost just collecting himself another wreck again, cutting off the nose of Cole Borgstad. All was almost a wreck.
Looks like that ceased itself out. Pretty good gap going on back there, but it is nose to tail, bumper to bumper, however you want to call it here. Up in the top 10, everyone's driving different lines.
Yeah, those tires on the 95 machine of Matthew Bell he's already got him up to 2nd.
Up to 2nd place is the 95. He might go ahead and look for the lead now. He's got to run down the back straightaway.
Joshua Adams needs to hold on tight because the 95 Matthew Bell, he's ready and raring to go. But watch out for 3rd and 4th. There's also a battle. Cole Bagunia and Walker Thomas. But Briar LaPrade.
Caution flag is in the air.
And a couple others collected. Ryan Hart's in the 03, the 78 machine.
Big wreck down the front straightaway out of turn number 4. Looks like it started between the 40 and the 25. The 40 car's drifting up the track just a little bit. That's Tom Bourne.
Now we're watching
the 40
here.
just drifted up just a little bit.
As we talked about with the inside groove, yeah, there's a little bit of a body slam, tiny little tap, just threw him up the track, enough to hit the wall, collected a few other vehicles in the process.
Couple really big hits there as well. A lot of destroyed race cars from that.
Yeah, our pole winner, Jacob Adams, looked like he got quite a bit of damage from that wreck.
But we will bring a good bunch of drivers to the attention of their crews this time by.
Looks like a lot of guys were really slow into pit road there for some reason. I think they were stacking up.
Yeah, I think the pace car, I think it took a while to get there. The pace car didn't get by him until coming out of 4.
That's really odd.
But staying out on the track thus far is the number 7 of Cole Bagunia. At least I do believe he did anyways.
He has stayed out so far. Looks like a few drivers want to stay down.
Again, a couple guys may have pitted on that first series of cautions. Well, first caution from the series of cautions. Might have pitted on that first caution and maybe testing the fuel, well, the tire wear, seeing if maybe a couple laps is okay enough, which that could be strategy later in the race that could really pay off.
We saw how quickly the 95 was able to get through the field, so I kind of think tires are going to be pretty big here.
But kind of talking about things that have occurred here, we have the 24 of Bresci. Remember, he's the one that did win the last Contender Series race. He's all the way back here in 24th right now. I mean, matching his number, but I don't think that's what he wanted. He's coming, oh, thought he was coming back to pit road, but not quite.
Yeah, I do not believe he qualified because he started 29th. So we'll see if he'll be able to work his way up through the field.
Remember, this is news to us actually here in the booth. Primetime Racing TV. What do I know? Hardline Racing is fixed setup now, so the drivers are in sole power of their finish. The better the driver, the higher the finish, because it is all about you. It is not about the chassis underneath that machine.
It is basically iRock series. All the cars are the same, all down to the driver.
I missed the iRock series. I think you guys weren't even alive for it, but
Negative.
the international race of champions. No. You had a bunch of Pontiac Trans Ams. You'd have guys like kart. You'd have the NASCAR drivers. You'd have at the time Busch drivers. You'd have Trans Am drivers. 4 races a year: Indy, Dega, Daytona, and I want to say Michigan. A couple good battles with Big E and Little E there as well. Go back on YouTube, they're there.
So these guys doubled up, stacked up, and ready to go back green flag racing. Evan, why don't you take us away for the restart?
Okay. Waiting for the pace car to make that hard left turn down to pit road. And it does. Now waiting for Colbaguni to get on the loud pedal, and he already is. Green flag back in the air.
Big advantage for the number 7 of Colbaguni on that restart. I think they've hit about the whole field is asleep. Not quite used to this rule change tonight.
Yeah, Matthew Bell did not get going on that restart like he wanted to.
Those guys were all waiting to go on the drop of the green, and Colbaguni was already gone.
He already's up by 0.4 of a second heading into turn 3. That is not something you see very often. It's going to make the second, especially the outside, it's a lot harder to get a good restart from the outside because you really just can't tell when he's going.
Thomas is already 8 into that gap there.
Yeah, here comes the 95. He's got to run down into turn number 3. He's right on the back bumper.
Watch out, Baguni. You have to watch your moves because that 95 is there. I don't even know how he knew he was going entering 3. He was right on the back bumper, and let's see where he decides to go in 1 and 2. Follows him right in his tire tracks here, running the bottom line on those newer, on kind of the beginning of a run. You will want to be on the bottom until the tires do wear.
Right towards the back bumper again. It looks like he loses a little bit through turns 3 and 4, but it looks like he's got a run coming down through the quad oval.
Not quite this time. Oh my God. If aero loose is not a thing, I don't know how Colbaguni is not getting it. He is, you'd think they're bump drafting in 1 and 2, but here he comes to the inside, down the back straightaway.
Side by side into turns number 3 and 4. The 95 looking to take the lead, and he clears them down off of turn number 4.
A little bit of a slide job there, if you will. Oops, someone in the wall. believe that was Tom Bourne grazed a little bit of wall there off turn 4. Continues just fine, a little bit of momentum loss. But put the 95 of Bell to the lead, but Maguni's going to have to watch out because Ryan Dyson in the 28 is soon approaching.
Yeah, Bell's got a really fast race car right now. He's already pulled away from Makeeng by like 4 car lengths.
So starting to string out here as the laps start to tick off here. We're lap 23 into this race. The top about 8 or so drivers, all single file, go a little bit further into the pack here. You can see the 42 of Rusty Capo trying to get around Tom Bourne. Closest battle in the top 10 at the moment.
So we haven't really talked about it that much, but what are you guys thinking for fuel? How many laps they can go on fuel with a 54% limit?
I believe, and this is from Xfinity Experience here, about 55 is the max, so that would assume to be about
30.
Yeah, 25 to 30. Yeah, I would go with that. There's a Charlotte race here that I won in a prior league in the past when I chose to pit on lap 40 and do 40 lap stints and won the race. Unfortunately, that's not going to be an option, so I'm going to assume, like we said, 25 to 30, but that 5-lap difference could be huge with tire wear and time lost on the track.
Yeah, Cole Laguna has already fallen off that half a second or so from where he started this run.
Oh, car in the wall. Couple cars in the wall off turn 4 there. Just focused on it, saw two people smack the wall in about 5 seconds. Tight racing going on. Tight racing going on here for the 10th position. Tom Bourne and the 11 of Jamie Dyson and the 32 of Nathan Velez, all tight and hard battling for the 8th position. Almost as if, oh, turn 4 wall, Tom Bourne again. Cars in the grass. Justin Brown doing a little landscaping there down the front straightaway is able to save it. Turn 4 is definitely the trouble spot right now.
Yeah, turn 4, which always is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Justin Brown, he just wanted to do some grass. No harm, no foul.
Agricultural maintenance going on, if you will. See, Jordan,
he didn't even lose his spot.
Jordan Pauly was running the Larson line there in 3 and 4. I don't know if it's quite built, if it's quite wore in yet. And again, he's doing the same thing in 1 and 2. Not sure if it's handling or if he's just trying to figure something out. But
I think from his damage, he's a little bit down on power.
And trying to keep that thing wound up. But you can see a bunch of drivers are moving to that top lane, but Pauly's definitely the highest of the bunch. But the high lane is seeming to become more popular. Back to the front here, Matthew Bell in the 95 is definitely getting an advantage. Let's bring up the primetime battle tracker. And the last time by, Joshua Adams actually had him by about a 10th. Let's see what it brings this time by.
About 2 tenths.
So just as we speak about the 95 pulling away, he's going to soon have some company.
Caution. Racetrack.
See the 19 of Jordan Pauly involved.
Spot out on the pit lane, is he?
It looks like Jamie Dyson got the wall and then Jordan had nowhere to go.
Well,
Jordan was running down on the apron on the backstretch, but that was prior to that. But yeah, and there was somebody else involved. Couldn't quite see who it was.
00.
Nick Olson.
I believe it was just the 11, the 00, and the 19.
well, it looks like both drivers that have the PTRTV logo on their cars have been taken out. That's promising.
That is not indicative of the luck of the channel. That's just purely circumstantial.
Or my company, considering logos on both of those cars as well.
field will come to the attention of the pace car down the back straightaway, and I assume we'll see the majority of the field down pit lane for 4 tires and fuel.
Yeah, looks like everyone is coming down pit road. Almost everyone.
And I expect a lot of damage repair too, because as we said, that turn 4 wall has been biting a whole bunch of people.
Looks like Casey Shue is the lone wolf out there staying out.
We will take this as our first opportunity to go to a quick side-by-side commercial break, so stay with us. Be right back with you for more racing.
I grew up in Northern California. My parents were just really big race fans and took my sister and I to, sprint car races pretty much every Friday and Saturday night. So I did outlaw kart racing from 7 till I was 14. And then that's when I got into 360 and 410 wing sprint cars. There's just something about dirt racing that's just, you can't get anywhere else. I enjoy going back to race them whenever I can. I get to run about 20 to 25 dirt races a year and try and put on a show every time I'm there.
Battle for the lead. Kyle Larson to the inside of Shane Stewart. Slide job, no. Larson unable to complete the pass. He'll follow Shane Stewart down the back straightaway. Stewart makes the move to the inside of Craig Kinser. Kyle Larson goes around the outside out of turn 4. You've got a new race leader. Kyle Larson from ninth leads on lap number 23.
And we're back here on 1 to go, and soon to get this race back underway with Matthew Bell currently leading. Pace car soon to take that turn into pit road yet again, and we will wait as, remember, pace, the guy can go anytime, the leader can go anytime, and he's already gone. Matthew Bell on the loud pedal, and almost a 3-wide battle almost for second.
Yeah, they're 2x2 for third place right now. The 28 trying to make up some ground on the higher line.
Down the back straightaway, Matthew Bell pulling out to lead. Tyler Hensley, have not talked about him. He is in second here. Let's see if he's capable of doing anything and maybe getting on the board. Has not had that great of a season, but let's see if he can turn that around. But the battle is for third.
Yeah, Hensley started 16, so he's done a really nice job to get second.
Walker Thomas and who is that? Ryan Dyson for third position down the back straightaway.
Oh, they almost made contact going into turn number 3 between the 28 and the 12.
Cole Begunia now to the outside of, who is that? Walker Thomas, the outside, remember. Oh, Walker Thomas almost pushed up there. He's going to have to back off. That's going to help Begunia with the run off of turn 2 and will allow him to clear.
Yeah, Thomas has been pushing up a lot whenever he gets under someone.
Remember the inside line, it's a tighter radius. You will have to run a tighter line. You will have to scrub off more speed. It is making these drivers want to run the top, and eventually the dynamic track's going to kick in, and maybe that top might lose a little bit of its luster.
Walker Thomas losing yet another position to the 88 of Joshua Adams, and looks like he's trying to fight back, but nothing's going to happen this lap.
Here we come, Ryan Dyson still underneath Tyler Hensley for the second position, side by side at the stripe. Give it to Hensley by a couple thousandths. Well, let's see what happens in 1 and 2 this time by.
Matthew Bell has walked away so far. He's got a little over a second lead.
Cole Begunia looking for somewhere to go in this second place battle. He's going to get trapped in between those two cars. They're on the high side up against the wall.
To the outside is Begunia. He will clear Dyson, so that battle has ceased. Hensley does remain in the second position thus far, but he's going to have some more attention behind him in the form of Cole Begunia.
Begunia trying to move up into the second position, see if he can get anything done here. He's got a little bit of a run down the back straightaway going into 3, but not going to make anything happen.
A little bit further back, we have Joshua Adams. Remember, he was up front for a while before. He's looking underneath Walker Thomas. Saw some sparks there. One of the two in front must have hit the wall, which is the common theme thus far.
It was their leader, Matthew Bell, that scraped the wall out of 4.
Shows that nobody is safe, even though he does have the lead. He's still giving it his all every lap as he passes the slower car, Baron Labosco. But he's giving it his all every lap, and maybe he wants to tone it back a little bit just to save that car for later. You never know. Further back in the pack, this battle again for like the 6th to 8th position is kind of settled out, but still tight racing. But we go a little bit further back. We have Rusty Capel, we have Levi Zielinski. These guys are looking to shape up for battles for position. Side-by-side battle, again, a little bit further back than that. Oops, someone almost hit the wall. Jacob Adams in the 8th in the 62 of Sean Doerr. Remember, he was in the first incident of the race, which is very much evidenced by his rear bumper right now.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of rear end damage, but that's actually not too bad.
Last week's winner, Thomas Bressi, looking underneath him right now. Again, Bressi in the 12th position started. Evan, you know where he started. Where did
29th.
29th. So 29th to 12th in a matter of 44 laps. So that's a good showing from Bressi, but this race is ticking away. So if he's going to get back into it, he's going to have to hustle.
And he's hustling.
Back towards the front. It's a little bit of a gaggle for the 4th position right now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it looks
4
like
cars battling for 4th.
Joshua Adams has managed to sneak through while we were focusing a little further back. He is now in the 4th position. He will try to get through to the leaders now. Walker Thomas under fire on the outside from Justin Brown. Have yet to mention him yet today. Side by side down the back straightaway as we enter 3 and 4. And you're going to have the 17 of Brown kind of held up there by Ryan Dyson. He may be the faster car, but he's kind of blocked in here from all angles as he's trying the low side now on Thomas.
28 will pull out now. Looks like the battle is on for the position behind them. The 17 versus the 12, Walker Thomas and Justin Brown.
Dyson is really not getting too far away from that battle, though.
No, and there's almost contact between Brown and Thomas.
It almost seems like they're trying to go for a 3 wide, or at least a 17. He was trying to fight for it, but then kind of thought better of it. Getting a little impatient here, but again, it's early enough in the race to be a little patient, but at the same time, you gotta make some moves relatively quickly.
Nathan Velez moves up into that 7th position, and Justin Brown lost a couple spots there on that one.
These are the best battles on the track right now as we focus on them. Another battle actually that's getting pretty tight is the 59 of Levi Zielinski right to the back bumper of the 42 of Rusty Capel. You can see moving up the track are both of these drivers. Thomas Bressy's kind of sniffing this battle from behind as he's trying to get into the top 10.
The higher line starting to get something done here, and it looks like these guys kind of wore out the bottom line on these tires here. And yeah, Zielinski trying to make something done here on Capel.
Nothing happening quite yet. We jump a little further ahead to the 32 of Velez and the 28 of Dyson. Dyson, remember, he was in the top 5. He is now dropping like a rock here. Again, having Justin Brown trying to get by him.
Yeah, I wonder if Dyson might have burned his tires a little bit trying to stay up there.
Down up against the apron was Brown that time. It looked like the 28 kind of pushed him down there.
Down, up against the apron.
Yeah.
At least I didn't say yet 3 times in a sentence.
Oh.
At least you haven't said Facebook this race.
Yup, you're right.
Up to the 3rd position, it looks Tyler Hensley. He's lost it to Joshua Adams, who's on a move right now. Joshua.
Near wreck. Sorry to cut you off.
Oh, caution.
Call between the 17 and the 28. Now there's a wreck. It looks like ahead of them, I believe.
Tom Bourne slow on the back straightaway. See here, kind of running by himself to an extent through turns 1 and 2. He's taking the high lane, has Jordan Pauly coming to the inside, and Pauly to the left rear quarter panel. And then Bourne hit the outside wall, kind of looped it on the back straightaway. I wonder if Pauly had new tires and maybe just didn't judge his positioning very well, but Bourne was the unfortunate beneficiary of that.
Yeah, Pauly definitely drifted up the track there and got into the back of him. Significant contact between those 2 cars as well to send him around.
I was watching though. I don't know why Bourne was going that slow in the corner. I don't know if he had damage, but he was going 5 to 10 miles an hour slower than everyone else around him.
Yeah, Pauly probably misjudged it and didn't realize that he was going to gain that much time on him. You know, it's hard to see out of that part of that side of the car for some of these guys. So, very likely situation.
Well, we will have these drivers come to the attention potentially of their pit crews. I would expect the majority of the field to do so.
Yeah, they ran around 10 laps or so. Looks like most everyone is coming down pit road. Looks like the 8 maybe staying out.
Jacob Adams, yes. That was his first lap led, so I would assume he did it for the bonus point. But you never know.
That was his first lap? He started on pole.
Yeah, I don't think he never led the first lap. Well,
wow.
Apparently, anyways.
I would like to point out that your stage winner for this race was the number 95 of Matthew Bell. That happened on lap 45, taking lap 45, coming 46.
Apologize for the delay. It is very difficult to pay attention to that. It's not something that is automatically assessed via iRacing, so you really have to be on the money with it.
And it slips by so quickly too, because these guys do not throw any yellows in between stages.
Well, shall we take this opportunity to do our first driver interview of the race?
Yeah. Who should we talk to?
How about we take your... Actually, he's pitting, so we won't interrupt him. I was going to say, let's go with Joshua Adams and see his mindset towards staying out, but that's not the case.
About the 95 of Matthew Bell,
Let's go for it.
if he's in here.
I don't see him.
Okay.
We do not have his radio frequency.
Who do we have?
You can go down the line, talk to Joshua Adams, whoever would like to talk to him.
All right, Evan, why don't you handle this interview?
All right. Joshua Adams, Primetime Racing TV, you got a copy?
Yeah, I've got you.
So we've seen a pretty interesting race here. A little bit of green flag, a little bit of cautions. How's this race been for you so far?
Well, started in the back, made a strategy call to stay out and got to the front. And then went back to the back again because I had a bad stop. But you guys have maybe seen I seem to be pretty good here on these long runs. So hopefully we get one of those to the end.
Yeah, you've been pretty good here on the long runs. How's the car handling for you?
The car is actually handling really good. I really like this. After a couple laps, I kind of get my bearings and it's really fast, so really liking it.
All right, sounds good. We'll let you get back to your race, and thanks for talking with us, and good luck.
Thank you.
Evan, we're so proud of you.
Evan's first driver interview. Aww.
Yay me.
Evan he's been in the booth with us for about, I'd say, better part of 10 races. Now you will be hearing more of him, as unfortunately Brandon will not be around for every broadcast. Therefore it will be me and Evan, or Evan and I if you want to use proper grammar.
Yeah, unfortunately my schedule for work will not allow so, as I'm working so many days, or nights I should say, out of the week, so...
We will miss you, Brandon.
Oh, thank you. I should be here for Sunday broadcast. Hopefully. But once again, these guys doubled up, stacked up, and ready to go back green flag racing here from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Your leader, Matthew Bell, here in the 95. To his outside, it's the 88. And pace car makes a hard left turn, and Bell is on the loud pedal, and he gets a huge advantage once again on the restart.
Cole Bagunia is the best. He's in the hot seat on that position. He's going to go to second, and Ryan Dyson's going to try to push himself into third.
Yeah, the 88 did not get going. He's going to fall back to fourth, maybe even fifth.
Seems so far from the majority of the restarts we have seen that the general consensus has been to go at the first possible moment, but it doesn't seem that has caught on to many of the other drivers.
Yeah.
Don't look now up front. Sorry to cut you off, but here comes the 5 of Tyler Hensley.
I've seen a lot of times in the restarts, the guy on the outside is not up to even with the leader, so they're not really able to see too well, and they just don't get going. They're already so far back by the time he goes.
Tyler Hensley looking to gain positions here, and he had a really good run, but it looks like these guys starting to pass him up once again.
Things will settle out, or will they, as Justin Brown look to the outside, look to the inside, a little bit of a crossover there, but he's going to be on the inside, which as we can tell is not preferred, but on these new tires he might make it work.
I really thought Hensley was going to end up at the outside wall. That was really, really close to turning Tyler Hensley.
That was a close call, but they did make it just fine. As through 3 and 4, Hensley to the top and Brown to the inside. Brown will clear off turn 4. Now we go up to the the third position here. Joshua Adams trying to regain some of that lost time underneath Cole Bagunia, and he's right back to the bumper of Ryan Dyson here, trying to get that lost ground, trying to get to the front where he was almost before that caution.
Yeah, Adams, he's not been very good on the short runs, but big wreck behind him.
Caution flag on the speedway here.
Casey Shue, looks like he got the worst of whatever happened there.
Wow, big contact between Casey Shue and a couple of other guys here.
The initial contact was between the 4 of Casey Shue and 8 of Jacob Adams.
Casey Shue went around, hit the outside wall, big contact
Yeah, who was that?
He's going to be dizzy.
Who was that Pepsi car that got a little bit of a side lash
Is
from
that
that?
it's the 10 of Robert Kenny.
Yeah, Robert Kenny's kind of sandwiched him between the outside wall, and through the spin cycle he went.
He's going to be dizzy after that one.
Yeah.
It looks like, I don't know if he was just expecting the 8 to go down to the very bottom sooner.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Could have been. Very kind of an odd looking wreck.
Yeah.
But another set of pit stops for these drivers, and we'll follow the race
A
on
possibility
pit
for
road.
him.
Possibility for what? I don't even know what I said.
Possibility for pit stops.
Oh,
they only
yeah.
ran about 4 laps.
I don't know what I say until after I say it. But of those
Looks
drivers,
like not everybody pitted as well, so yeah,
Yeah, it
you're
was
right.
see 2 drivers who remained on the circuit. It looks like that 2B of all drivers, Joshua Adams, remember he was just coming through the field there, and then Cole Bagutia looks to have stayed out.
Yeah, 2 lead lap cars staying out. I see a few lappers behind them. Probably was going to try to get the wave around, but now going to come down pit road and get some tires.
Joshua Adams has led in this race so far, so this was not a points move. This is purely to see, I'm assuming, for track position or to experiment for later in the race.
We are past the halfway mark in this race. Got 5 laps to go. I just looked at it, but then I forgot what it said.
We'll take this opportunity to go to another side-by-side commercial break. Stay with us. We'll be back for the restart.
I'm probably just a little more relaxed, I guess, at the dirt track just because it's for fun. Where the NASCAR stuff, you know, it's points racing and a lot bigger sponsors and stuff you have to please and all that. You're there for 3 days a week, so your approach is a little bit different there. Where sprint cars, you're there for 5 or 6 hours and moving on to the next racetrack. So I've been on iRacing, I think, since 2009 or 10. Yeah, I remember, starting out, I mean, as a rookie on there, in the Legends and the late models and stuff like that. And that was fun to, have to try and get your licenses up and stuff. But it's amazing to me how, now that I get to race on a lot of the tracks that are on there, how to the T, similar because of the laser scanning and stuff like that. So all the bumps and all the visual aspects of it are very good. So when I first got to like K&N and then the Nationwide Series at the time, I would race iRacing all the time to learn as much as I could about the racetrack before I went to the actual racetrack to race. So to me, it's just for fun now. So I enjoy going on there. Actually, I don't enjoy going on there all the time because I don't win a lot. So it's frustrating to see myself struggle to run top 10 in a Xfinity race or something like that and get beat by Logan Seavey every time I run a sprint car. So the level of competition on iRacing is better than real life. I mean, you've got thousands of drivers on there that, a lot of them are probably better than the people you see on TV. They just haven't had the opportunities to make it, but can kick butt on there and you can spend all day long running thousands of laps a day, so you can get yourself, really good at it. So competition level is just unbelievable, really, on there.
Back here on Private Time Racing TV for the restart here. Remember, we have Joshua Adams in the 88 taking the, well, he'll be leading the field to this restart, but remember, he didn't pit last time, so it's going to be interesting to see what his tires are capable of. About 5 to 6 laps more on them than anybody else.
Yeah, the front row of Adams and Bagunia stayed out. Everyone else is on tires. New tires. They all have tires.
Beat me to it. Pace car is in pit road, and there he is on the gas right away, but Cole Bagunia was able to stay with him better than anybody yet on the outside.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, he was kind of staying even with Adams until he went. He didn't kind of lag back a little bit.
Cole Bagunia right on the back bumper of Adams now, possibly looking for the lead down into 3.
Right to the back bumper, but watch out, Ryan Dice, I'm sorry, not Ryan Dice, Matthew Bell on the 95. He's on those couple lap fresher tires and is soon already taking advantage of it. Side by side for second.
Side by side going into turns number 1 and 2. He'll probably clear off of turn 2 here and focus on the lead. Not quite. There's a fight on the outside by the 7.
Remember, these are about 5-ish lap newer tires on the 95 and all cars back. Bagunia and Adams are on the older rubber. As we come off turn 4, Bagunia's putting up quite the fight on the outside line.
Yeah, he's doing a really nice job on the outside, just being able to get the momentum off the corner and stay even with Bell.
Bell now clears going into turn number 1. Now he's got his eyes set on the 88.
A little bit further back in this lead pack, we have Ryan Dyson and Justin Brown, 17 and the 28 side by side for 4th. But for the lead here comes the 95 of Bell on those new tires, bumping, swerving, blocking all around the front straightaway.
The 88 does not want to give up this lead, and it's showing, blocking as much as he can for the lead.
Down the back straightaway, here comes Ryan Dyson to the inside of Bagunia. Bagunia is dropping back, but Adams is holding justice on those older tires so far, but I don't know how long that's going to last. That 95 is fast.
The only thing Adams can really hope for is that he can hold on long enough for the tires to kind of even out.
Here comes the 95. Sorry, Brandon, go ahead. You want to talk.
Adams through the defensive move down into turn number 1, now into 3, the 95 on the outside.
I don't know if that was quite the defensive move, because if he was going to try to defend, he'd be blocking that outside. He kind of gave him that opportunity, and it's going to give the 95 the lead probably in 1 and 2. But he is putting up a fight. 88 on the bottom here. It is going to hurt his tires, but he was putting a fight, but will not be able to put up a fight any further. 95 to the lead.
Don't look now. Here comes the 28 underneath the 7 of Bagunia, trying to look for that position. Not going to happen. Now Brown in the 17 looks underneath the 28.
These drivers have been duking at it for the better part of the last, well, actually, the majority of this race.
Restart, especially.
Seems the 28 and the 17 are kind of inseparable at this point. Them going side by side is bringing Walker Thomas into this mix. Go a little bit further back, we have Tyler Hensley in the 7. He is under fire from Thomas Bresci in the 24. The two Exalta machines about to go into battle for the 7th position. Remember, Thomas Bresci started in the 29th position, is finally in the top 10, sniffing on the back door of the top 5 as this race does start to wind down.
Yeah, Bresci has done a really nice job getting through the field, and he's kept his car clean. He doesn't look like he has any damage on that car.
Currently on the lead lap, we have 17 drivers. Last driver on the lead lap being the 31 of Tanner Allen. Out of the race so far, we have Tom Bourne, Nick Olson, Joe Lawrence, Briar LaPrade, Jonathan Wall, and Kyle Zimmer out of the race. Battle up front again for the 3rd and the 4th position. Cole Bagunia and Justin Brown now. Justin Brown trying to get through the field to the highest position we've seen him run thus far. He will clear off turn 2.
Yeah, those old tires are really not working for Bagunia. Adams has done a pretty nice job holding on though.
You can really see through 3 and 4, the 17 was able to hook the white line really with no issue, but I don't think the 88 has it left on those tires to be able to run that tight of a line.
Right on the back bumper is the 17 to the 88. He's going to get a run down the back straightaway. To the inside, gonna look now side by side, almost the 88 drives it deep down into turn number 3.
Off the rear deck lid of Joshua Adams, here he comes on the inside, does the 17 machine, and he'll be side by side down the quad oval.
Side by side, going into turns 1 and 2. The 17 clears. The 88 tries to fight back, but there's nothing left. As I say that, he gets a run down the back straightaway. Now Walker Thomas looking to the inside, and he's going to try to make a move on both of those guys going into turn number 3.
Yeah, Thomas dove bomb it into 3 there. Something you don't really talk about at Talladega, but he drove it in there deep, and that killed his momentum. Almost gave Adams in the 80 another shot down the front straightaway.
At Talladega.
Yeah, this is Charlotte.
What did I say?
You said Talladega.
Yeah. This is Charlotte, Corey.
Oh my God, that reminds me of Bill Weber one day. Kevin Harvick wins at Bristol, and they were at Richmond.
Walker Thomas right on the back bumper of the 17 of Brown. Now there, he was gonna maybe go side by side, but thought better of it.
You still laughing at me?
Slightly.
Maybe.
Just a little bit.
I'm so used to doing the Super Speedway League at Talladega, sorry. Yes, bring Justin Brown into the second position here, and you can see the line difference. The leader, Matthew Bell, running the top, and the 17 right on the white line here. Bring up our battle tracker next time by when they get a clean lap in, and we'll see who is prevailing at the moment.
Walker Thomas, he turns him! He turns him down!
He saved it!
He saved it!
Not quite,
maybe.
not quite.
No, he's gonna spin it down the back straightaway!
Minimal damage, but does everybody manage to evade him? Yes, they do. Very impressive bit of driving there.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, he just turned him.
Not something that you do here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Yeah, on exit. And nearly had that thing saved. He looped it down the back straightaway so many times. I do not know how everyone managed to get around it. That was impressive driving from him to minimize damage and from everybody else to avoid.
I'm not really sure what was going through the head of Walker Thomas, but
I want to say he just, I don't think it was,
could have been misjudging it, but
I think that's what it was, where he knew he was going to have a run and he was trying to set up a run for the back straightaway, and just he was hoping there was a little bit more space in between so that he could have crossed over, but it was not there.
Yeah, he just about kept it straight. The 17 did.
We talked about that was the highest position that the 17 of Justin, I already forgot who that was. Justin Brown, the highest position he has been on the track thus far, and all of that gone for naught now, as he'll have to repair some damage and go through the field 35 laps, which is a pretty tough feat. But as we say that, who is the first car off pit lane?
17 maybe?
Justin Brown.
Yeah. Looks like he might have missed his box.
I was gonna say, there's no way the physics work up behind that. Yeah, it does show here from, we didn't have the pit road graphic up, but his his pit lane time was 16 seconds less than anybody else, which is about...
Yeah, it looks like he missed his stall maybe.
I was gonna say, the drama of that situation. How did he spin out and be the first off pit lane? There must have been some reasoning behind that.
He's gonna stay out, it looks like. Doesn't look like he's gonna come back down pit road.
If we kind of look at his car here, the front end, I mean, there's a little bit of wrinkle to the front, but
and a little bit to the right rear.
Yeah, but
not much.
That's nothing really to concern about. But what I am concerned about is lighting up those tires down the back straightaway, and we ran about, what was it, 10 laps or so?
It was like that 14 laps.
Yeah, so
13 laps, I think.
Not sure what the call is on the box here for Justin Brown, but he is being scored the leader now, and there will be 2 wave rounds this time by in the form of
Robert Kinney and Jamie Dyson.
just check the good old driver graphic here, and that was the first lap he's led, so I wonder if it was indeed for a bonus point.
We'll see if he comes down this time.
Doesn't look like he has any intention on it. And I believe the pace car will give us one to go this time by, so he will restart this race from the lead after that prior incident.
Yeah, the lights are out on the pace car.
Well, this is going to be an interesting restart, if we want to say it nicely, huh?
Yeah.
Well, these guys doubled up, stacked up, and ready for the restart.
Before we go back to green, who you guys taking in the win? With 34 laps to go.
Taking the 95.
I'm going to go with the 88. Evan, don't ask the question if you're going to complain that we picked your pick.
I'm not saying anything. I'm going to go with the 7 of Colby Jr.
Okay.
But Corey, you did take my pick. I wasn't going to say anything though.
I could hear it in the silence. That made sense, by the way.
You could hear it in the silence.
Just a skosh.
Didn't you say you were going to have a spelling for
Talladega is
that,
awfully quiet right
Corey?
now. But, anyways.
Okay.
These guys ready for the restart. They're back on the gas. Green flag in the air. 17 with a huge restart.
I wouldn't call that huge, but he was able to get a good jump, but he's going to need every last bit of it, as he's going to have a difficult time holding out the lead with these older tires.
Yeah, Dyson got a really good restart. He's going to be going for the lead here soon.
Not only are these older tires, but he spun with these tires on too.
You can see the 28 on those fresher tires. He's going to go to the outside this time by.
There's a wreck! They're wrecking!
The big one!
Wrecked down the front straightaway. Everyone scatters.
Your top 3 wrecked, and a couple others in the mid-pack.
Justin Brown has been parked.
And there's a
the
fight
officials.
on the driver's radio. Oh, they are not happy with the 17 staying out at all.
Remember, we had a similar situation happen at Phoenix, and it caused ultimately a similar result. So, you can see through 3 and 4, he pushed up, was not able to hold it down with those older tires through the exit of 4, and it brought a whole bunch of drivers in. A lot of drivers going through the pits, some coming to just a total stop.
Joshua Adams has just been disqualified from the race.
Well, there goes
Joshua Adams?
Yeah, Joshua.
No?
Joshua Adams is the 88, Brandon.
Justin Brown, sorry, was just disqualified from the race. Sorry, 2 names popped up on my screen at once. Yeah, Justin Brown was disqualified, I believe, for the chain of actions there from him.
So, through all that, the 99 of Corey Blevins is our leader. And Sean Bauer in second. Thomas Bressie in 4th.
I'm speechless. I don't know what Justin Brown was doing staying out. I think, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think we all saw that coming.
Yeah. I was thinking there was going to be a big wreck and trying to get around him.
It seemed that there was going to be a fighting chance that it was actually going to work out decently. Maybe he was just going to drop back over time, but he was just not able to hold that tight line necessary. And now this race is totally, it's upside down from where it was.
Yeah, that's taken out of quite a few of our guys that we thought were going to be able to run up there and be good. The 95, Matthew Bell, looks like he's going to be done, maybe. He's going to be at least a few laps down. Thomas Bressie in 3rd after starting 29th. Nathan Velez in 5th after starting 31st.
So do we get to re-pick our picks?
Nope.
No, I'd say not.
But Corey, you got it good, because I don't think Adam's got any damage.
We can hope. We can hope.
But Brandon, you're kind of screwed.
I'm gonna go ahead and bring up Casey Shue. So Casey, how you doing?
Pretty bored.
Yeah. Well, join us for a little bit, why don't you?
That'll be lovely.
So give us a little driver's point of view here from this race so far, from what you've experienced in the race, from, you know, before chain of events that checked you out.
I just experienced a lot of people driving over their heads, really. I mean, we were just all staying back there having a good old time, knowing everybody was going to wreck. You know, I mean, our plan was playing out perfectly, and we were just riding along. I was, at least, and then I don't know what happened there.
Well, these guys getting doubled up, stacked up, and ready for the restart once again. A whole new line of cars up towards the front of the pack here, besides looks like Tyler Hensley and Cole Baguni up front here, as we've seen pretty much throughout the entire night. And, well, does anyone still have their pick left in the race?
That's a
Me.
negative.
Me, Cole Baguni, in 4th.
Oh, yeah. That's right. You picked Cole.
And Adams is still in this. He doesn't have any damage, I don't think.
I know Bell was taken out, so my pick is gone.
Adams is just going to have to start from the rear and try and get up in 29 laps.
Hey, stranger things have happened.
This is true.
Stranger things just happened.
Exactly. But here comes the pace car in the pit road. Corey Blevins, first time leading this race thus far, gives himself a humongous jump. Where was Sean Dower on that restart?
He did not get going at all, and that stacked up the entire outside lane.
The outside line, not a good restart there. Leaves a huge lead for Corey Blevins. Thomas Bressi trying to make something happen here in the second position now.
Who was going to think Bressi was going to be in this position where he was running the majority of the race? Incredible drive to the front. Obviously a little bit of assistance in it, but put that 24 in muddy time. It's time to win this race, and look who's up there.
Yeah, I almost picked Bressi there. I kind of wish I did now.
But don't count out Cole Baguni. He managed to sneak through that. Remember, he's been up there all race. But does he have anything for Bressi? Bressi's in the best position he's been all race. He has that clean air. He sees the leader. Does anybody have anything for him now?
Baguni got a little bit better of a run through turns 3 and 4 than Bressi. He's trying to work his way up the back bumper.
Go a little bit further into the pack right now. We have some battling going on for about the 9th position. Nathan Velez and Rusty Capel. This is for, again, the 9th position on the racetrack. And a little bit behind that, Jordan Pauly's managed to get himself back onto the lead lap and now battling for a top spending spot. Watch out, he's coming for 9th now.
Jordan Pauly's race car is all sorts of beat up here, but he's still trying to race his hardest.
Jordan Pauly, a dirt track racer, and that car looks like it's been a couple laps around Eldora, but it's still managing to run pretty well in the top 10 right now. That is, of course, if Xfinity drivers ran at Eldora.
They should.
Not
Agreed.
disagreeing.
I'd vote for it.
There is a dirt track not too right around the back straightaway here. I don't know why we're not there either, but
Yeah, no.
I didn't even know Casey was still at the booth with us. How's it going?
Pretty
I was
good.
like, who's that voice?
Yeah, he will be joining us for the remainder of the race, as
But in
long
the
as he doesn't get too bored with us.
But in the second position now, battle going on. Cole Baguni underneath Bressi. We're just talking about him maybe going for the lead shortly, but now he's going to have to hold on for second. Not quite able to use that high line to his advantage. Baguni loses that little bit of steam he did have. But we go back a little bit further, and now Sean Dower is in a battle with the 81 of Patrick McLaurin. Haven't talked about him all day.
Yeah, 62 machine did lose a few positions already from the restart after kind of being asleep on the restart, I should say, and he's trying to gain some of those positions back now.
Trying to use that inside in 3 and 4. Again, that's not the money spot. You can kind of get away with it in 1 and 2, but you really have to be second or third lane in 3 and 4.
Bressi and Begunia are really starting to catch Blevins. We're going to have a battle for the lead here in a few laps.
Yeah, Blevins. Sorry to cut you off, Corey. Blevins kind of lost most of the pace that he had there, and yeah, you're right. These guys really starting to run him down.
20 laps to go, coming to the line. This time by, and maybe Blevins burnt his stuff off, got a little excited with the lead, pulled away too much, and now those guys that saved a little bit are going to be right down his back bumper.
Bressi running a little bit higher of a line, trying to hold the momentum, and it seems to be working. He's got a huge run down the back straightaway, right to the bumper of the 99.
Here comes Bressi to the high side, running the Larson line through 3 and 4. That's going to give him a good run through turns 3 and 4 down the front straightaway. He's going to cross over to the inside. Watch out, where's Begunia going to go?
Side by side for the lead. Bressi with a huge run into the corner. 99 trying to fight back at the outside. Not going to work. Now it's side by side for second.
Saw some sparks there off of turn 2. Nothing of note there. But give Thomas Bressi the lead. Is Begunia going to go for the lead? 2 for 1. Is he going to go for the lead in 3 and 4?
Side by side once again out of turn number 4. Working their way down through the Charlotte quad oval. Begunia in the 7 on the low side trying to gain the lead from the 24 on the high side of Thomas Bressi. Looks like he's got a good run down in turn 1.
19 laps to go on the board. Begunia sneaks ahead through the center of the turn. Bressi's going to get the momentum off the top, but don't look now. The 5, Tyler Hensley. Where does he come from? He's now in this as he looks to the outside of Blevins.
These guys like rockets out here. Lucky number 7 into the wall.
That's going to give Bressi. They're 3 wide through the quad oval, entering turn 1. Is this going to work out?
3 wide. They're still holding it through the corner and out of turn number 2.
They're still 3 wide off turn 2. Blevins, Hensley, and the 7 of Begunia. That clears out. Move Hensley to P2, but oh my God, they held that for about a lap.
Impressive racing so far. The 99 slides up, almost contact with the 81. He's going to duck underneath court. The 81 ducks underneath the 7 now.
Patrick McClure P3. Where did he come from?
We haven't said a word about him all race.
He's going for second. He's going underneath Tyler Hensley nearly, but watch out, Begunia to the outside, not giving up the fight.
Begunia got a nice run out of turn number 2, going into turn number 3. He's going to look for the second position once again.
The intensity is cranked up to 10 here as the laps click off. 17 coming to 16 laps to go. Thomas Bressi has taken the lead. Hensley is starting to reel him in slowly here, and as soon as he does, he's going to have a whole army of guys behind him.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys are looking for them to get side by side for lead, maybe try to make up some ground. Begunia is in a good position, that 3rd position right now, in case anything were to happen.
We're going to bring up the battle tracker here, prime time battle tracker, and see who is the faster of the 2 Gordon machines leading the pack right now. Is it Bressi or is it Hensley? I feel like I know the answer.
I can tell you it's Hensley.
That time by, give a 10th advantage to Tyler Hensley here, but catching him one thing, passing him is another. You know Bressi's going to block that high side. I believe he's going to have to go to the inside, and that's going to be a lot harder as the run progresses.
Tyler Hensley right to the back bumper of Thomas Bressi now, and he lost a little bit of momentum going into turn number 3, out of turn number 4 now.
On board the number 5 machine of Tyler Hensley here. You can see the right front damage. He's obviously been into the wall. If I had to guess, probably turn 4 based on how this race is going. But he's running the Larson line there through 1 and 2. That's going to give him a run down the back straightaway, but looks like Bressi actually got a pretty decent run in the middle line here and might have gained a little bit of advantage.
Yeah, Bressi's kind of doing a little bit of a late apex, just arcing it down into the corner, trying to get that thing to turn any way he can.
The battle tracker this time by will give the advantage to Bressi by about a 10th that time, so it looks like they're trading laps off right now.
Hensley starting to lose a little bit more time than he'd like. These guys who are now side by side for the 3rd position are starting to gain on him.
We have Begunia to the inside of the 81, but now he has the outside of Cody Griffin. Again, Where did he come from? He's down here in the top 5 trying to sniff on this battle for third.
Cody Griffin was involved in a couple earlier incidents. Now he's looking for a top 5 finish here tonight at Charlotte.
12 laps to go, and now Patrick McLaren in the 81 trying to get to the inside of Tyler Hensley. If he's going to make a pass, he's going to have to do it quickly if he's going to have any chance to get to Bresci.
Griffin and McLaren right now are the fastest cars on the track.
They may be the fastest in single file formation, but you have to make the pass. You have to go to the bottom. That's going to...
Side by side between Griffin and the 81 now.
And it looks like Hensley is kind of, what's it call it? He's kind of toned himself in, got his line going, is starting to get back to the lead, trying to get back to Bresci, but everybody else is on his bumper. I don't know who to go for right now.
If I may put this one in, I mean, it's kind of bittersweet having all 3 of my teammates in the top 3, and I'm off the track. But it's a pretty good race.
Yeah, as long as in your perspective, I guess as long as it's not a 3-way wreck, it all works out, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good day for the 3 wide.
3 wide off of turn 2 here. Bresci to
Adams.
not Bresci. Tyler Hensley getting the Jeff Gordon cars mixed up. But as you said, Joshua Adams in the 88, he's kind of gotten through the jungle here.
He started 15th.
Hensley made a little bit of contact with the wall out of turn number 2, but he's still got the position out of turn number 4. They're still side by side, almost looking for 3 wide once again.
9 to go on the books. Right now, Bresci is enjoying about a 3-car length advantage. Cody Griffin going for second, but Joshua Adams in the 88. Remember, he was up front, dropped to the back, and he's going for third. Does he have enough time?
Look at Cody Griffin now looking underneath Hensley for
second position.
I lost track of where all these guys were.
Hensley missed the turn 4 wall by a matter of inches right now. And it looks like Hensley is holding both of those drivers up for second. But look at Adams' power move to the inside. He's going to clear for second.
Adams clears for second. Will he be able to catch Bresci?
Bresci, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, Bresci. You have 7 more laps.
Griffin now passes Hensley.
Hensley may have used his stuff up, but if you got to take your deep breaths and pray, Thomas Bresci, you have a hungry number 88 right behind you in 7 more laps around Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Adams is there.
This is going to be a battle for the lead, I think. Adams is catching Bresci.
Bresci's going to have to protect that top groove, make him pass you on the inside, make it difficult. But here comes Cody Griffin to the inside. This is exactly what Bresci needs. He needs a battle for second so he can get an advantage.
3 cars under a blanket right now. Adams going to clear Griffin on the high side now. They're going to set their sights once again on that 24 machine.
Watch out, Cody Griffin to the inside. Oh my God, no room there. It was left by the 88, but it wasn't needed. Griffin was able to squeeze himself in there. He will not have enough entering turn 3.
Wide, almost 3 wide for the lead.
But here comes Griffin to the inside. Bresci left a lane, and Adams is going to go for it side by side off of 4. A little bit of wall contact from Bresci.
The 88 cut the nose off of Griffin there to try to duck underneath. That was almost a wreck.
And Bresci has lost the lead.
Between the 3 and the 24, almost a wreck there too. The new leader is the 88.
Give Joshua Adams the lead, and I'm pretty sure he's going to drive off into the moonset. It's not sunset.
Yeah, he's I was watching him back there during that run. He was just back there saving, so I don't think there maybe else did anything for him really.
Close quarters racing.
Contact once again between the 3 and the 24.
You can see Griffin on the inside was not able to hold it down there and barely left enough room for Bresci on the outside. Avoided contact, but he's going to drive deep into turns 1 and 2 and maybe clear off 2 this time by.
Here comes the 32 of Nathan Velez. Where did he come from?
That's my line.
Yeah, Brandon, yours is don't look now, but so-and-so is coming.
Well, you know, you got to change it up every once in a while.
All right, Cody Griffin moves to P2. Bresci, who was just leading this race with 7 to go, is now in the 3rd position, and he's going to have to watch out because he may lose that from the 32 of Nathan Velez.
So Bresci fell back to the 3rd position, may lose 1 more by the time this thing is over.
So whose pick is sitting pretty right now, if I do recall the past?
Hell.
He did a nice job coming from 15th. That's what I've got to say.
Yeah. No, awesome driving by Joshua Adams, though. Absolutely incredible. Looks like there's 2 laps to go now around Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Griffin's a little bit quicker, but I don't think he can get there in time.
No, unless there's a huge mistake from that 88 machine, I think it is Joshua Adams' race to lose.
Through 3 and 4 for the penultimate time here, as Joshua Adams will take the white flag lap, 1.5 more miles around Charlotte Motor Speedway here in the Hardline Racing League Contender Series. Through turns 1 and 2, no competition, all clean sailing thus far for the 88 Evil Sky Motor Shorts machine of Joshua Adams. Cody Griffin in second, but not close enough.
Yeah, and he did an awesome job driving through the fields there. He was saving his stuff at the beginning of this run. Now out of turn 4, checker flags are in the air. Your Hardline Racing League winner tonight, the 88, Joshua Adams.
What a piece of driving there by the 88 of Joshua Adams. Came from the back to the front on that last run. We give him our congratulations. And we will catch our breaths, go to a quick side-by-side commercial break, and be back for post-race interviews. Stay with us.
Yeah, where did he restart from?
15th.
Yeah, going. Hey, y'all mind if I say something to Cody and EB?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I was just saying, like, during whenever y'all are interviewing, maybe give him a little quick word.
Sure.
I mean, Cody was...
I mean, everybody's been asking for dirt on there for forever. So when they announced it, I got really, really excited. And honestly, it's blown my expectations away. The cars, to me, drive really good when the track's hooked up. The visual part of the racetrack changing is amazing. How you can run some laps and see it start to get shiny, and then you feel it getting slick. Areas of the racetrack getting dirty, and then you get some cars run through there and it cleans off and gets grip back. It's nuts. The tear-off feature is really cool. Watching the wing move backwards and forwards. I run with the virtual reality headset too, so being able to look down and see everything, it looks extremely realistic. So yeah, it blew my expectations away. And it's only gonna get better, really.
And we're back here on Primetime Racing TV for the post-race show, as we will grab your top 3 and catch our breaths there after that heck of a finish we saw. So first one in the booth will be 3rd place finisher Thomas Bressy. Thomas Bressy, you got a copy?
I got it. You guys, how are you doing?
Good, good. So I don't know how you quite feel about that finish. It was obviously, you kind of got gifted a good position there. You made the most of it, got the lead, but unfortunately was not able to hold on to it. So just kind of wrap up your race in a nutshell and how it turned out for you.
Turned out well. I kind of figured that's how it would turn out. I knew I had a good car. I know I didn't run near the front pretty much at all until the end of that race, but it's the Xfinity Series cars at Charlotte, so it's pretty messy, as we saw. So my thought process was play it like a plate track and just hang out at the back, let the carnage ensue, and just pick my way to the front. And that's how it worked out. And yeah, I was lucky to be 3rd on that last restart. Got to 2nd, and I knew I was better than Corey on the longer runs, and I also saw him run in the bottom, which is where I wasn't really running for the most part. So I was like, I'll just run the top, try and take care of it a little bit, and then got the lead. And I was thinking, oh yeah, we might have a good result out of this. And then there's this other 88 car that just comes flying up out of nowhere, and I was like, and that's gone. So I knew I wasn't the fastest. I know there were other guys that were faster still that got caught up in some other stuff, but you know, that's that's part of it. I mean, so I think overall it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was obviously a lot going on all over the race. Like you said, you kind of got yourself there. You almost made the most of it. But anyone you want to give a shout out to wrap up today's race?
Yeah, just of course, shout out to my JT Motorsports teammates. Yeah, there's this guy that you guys managed to pull up into the booth. But Casey and Cody finished in second tonight, and Tyler came back. He had a little issue there at the end, came back up and got, I think, sixth there. So, you know, another solid effort by the team. Our satellite teammates, Baron, Patrick, and Tanner, they had some, well, some of them had okay nights, but of course, you guys for doing the broadcast. Everyone who tuned in, you know, hope you enjoyed the race, obviously, and of course, thank you to Cody Tabor for the work that he does behind the scenes, and you know, putting the league on and all that good stuff.
All right, thanks, Thomas, and congrats on your podium. I apologize, it wasn't a win, but it was still a good finish nonetheless.
Thank you.
All right, and now Casey Shu is gonna interview the second position of Cody Griffin.
Hey, Cody, you got me?
Yeah, man, I got you.
So it was a rough start for you, I saw. Tell us about your race and how you got up to second place there at the very end.
Well, yeah, it was actually a really rough start there. Windows 10 updates, man, I tell you. They just started updating, and once them things start updating, there's no stopping them. So it was updating all throughout the race, and I was stressed out watching the frames per second box because it's telling you all your connections, all that stuff, and I'm keeping an eye on it. And I'd work my way up to about 10th, and then I'd start blinking because of the updates in the background, and I'd have to drop all the way to the tail end, and then I'd work. It was just a back and forth battle, and I had a good car. I actually got damaged there at the first wreck, and I mean, it didn't seem to affect it that much. And with about 20 to go, my connection cleared up. And I looked at that last pit stop with about 30 to go, and I seen that it was 92% complete, so I knew it wasn't going to take long. I was expecting it to be done with about 10 to go, but it ended up getting it done quicker than that. So with 20 to go, I realized it was done, and I drove my butt off and wheeled it up to second. I think I could have got. I had something for him if Thomas. I told Thomas in our team chat. I told him, I said, let me go. I got something for him, and you know, Thomas wanted to win. I understand that, and you know, it was all in good fun. I still had a hell of a race, you know, winding second, but I think I could have raced him if I'd have been able to get around Thomas there a little bit quicker. But still in all, you know, I'm just happy. I told myself if I get a top 10 finish, I'll be happy, and I wound up second. So just got to say thanks to all the sponsors on the car, Proximity Motor Cars, Trax Tavern, Bennett's Detailing, all the guys that are on this car that help me every week. Feels good, especially after the season I've had. You know, we won at Daytona, and the last two got taken out, so it's redemption. And you know, we're not done yet. We're gonna go try to win a championship. Just got to thank my team, JTM, all the guys I work with over there, super nice. It's just a good race.
Yeah, I guess since I'm your teammate, I'm kind of obligated to tell you a good finish. But like I was telling the guys earlier in the race, it was kind of bittersweet watching UCAM and TB all fighting for the top 3 spots there at the very end. Yeah,
it was kind of cool. I was noticing that there at that last restart. I think we were, you know, Cam or TB told me at the start of the race when all them connections started happening. He said, "Me, you, all of the team is going to be up at the start or up at the front of the field at the end of the race. We're going to overcome." And I looked up and looked at my relative, and I'll be damned. I mean, you got wrecked out, but there we were, you know, me, Cam, and TB, so it was pretty cool. But thanks to the broadcast. You guys do an awesome job. I can't wait to watch this one since I actually did good in it. And Casey, I hate it, man, that you got wrecked out, but we'll overcome. I don't know where we go next week, but we'll fight through it. Like I said, this whole team, we're never give up team, so we'll fight through it and overcome, and one of us is bound and determined to win this championship.
You got that right.
All right,
I give it back to them.
All right, thanks, Cody. Congrats on your second, and Brandon will take it off with the winner interview with Joshua Adams.
So here with tonight's winner in the number 88, Joshua Adams. Joshua, how did your car feel all night, and how was the track all night?
Everything was pretty great all night, maybe except my nerves on that last 30 laps.
Well, nevertheless, you came home with the win. What a wild finish. What was going through your head the final 10 laps of this race?
Well, the final 10 laps, I think I had probably passed about half the cars I needed to pass, and I was just hoping everybody gave me enough room at that point.
Yeah, and that it was, and what a show it was to watch. What challenges did you face at all tonight? I know there was a couple.
Well, I messed myself up one time on pit road, so that's a challenge that kind of always affects me. But tonight, when that big wreck happened in front with the 17, I was running fourth at that point, and I knew I wasn't going to make it if I stayed on the track, so I just hooked a left and went down to the pits. Got a black flag for that, got it cleared. Didn't get my spot back. That racing made me go all the way to the back, and I thought I was done at that point. I guess we weren't.
All right, well, nevertheless, you got through those challenges, and amazing job here tonight. Is there anyone that you'd like to give a shout out to?
You guys for putting on the broadcast. I go back and watch them all the time. They're pretty great. Cody for putting on the league. I've got basically a new team. We added some drivers, and I think Walker got another top 10. Jake was here again tonight, and shout out to Shane. He's on his way home right now, so just hope he makes it home safe.
All right, awesome, and once again, congratulations on your victory here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, so that's the top three. So let's give you the final rundown here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Hardline Racing Contender Series. Again, with your win was Joshua Adams, followed by Cody Griffin, in second. Thomas Bressie was third. Nathan Velez fourth. Patrick McLaren in fifth, followed by Tyler Hensley. Walker Thomas, Tanner Allen, Jacob Adams, and Cole Bagunia for the top 10.
We got Rusty Capel in 11th, Sean Dower in 12th, Corey Blevins, Levi Zielinski, Jordan Polley, Nicole Borgstadt, Jamie Dyson, Robert Kenny, Ryan Dyson, and rounding out the top 20 is Matthew Bell, and the remaining results should be on the screen now.
Yeah, and while those flash on your screen, I'd like to give a quick shout out to our channel sponsors, Air Movement Fabrications, Nottingham's choice for custom signs, designs, repairs, and all things metal. Visit them online at airmovefabs.co.uk or find them on Facebook. Air Movement and Fabrications, an official partner with Primetime Racing TV. Also, custom racing shirts, hero cards, paint schemes, and much more. From local racers to big race teams, we've got your back. Based out of upstate New York, Krutz Custom Graphics is the motorsports design specialist. Also on board, overlay graphics and coding brought to you by iBog, iBog.co. You can go on and contact him if you're a broadcaster for all overlay design needs. And also Tabor Web Design for our PrimetimeRacingTV.com website. You can check us out online. And I think that's a broadcast, guys.
Yep, thanks for tuning in again to the Hardline Racing Contender Series. I'm Corey Silva in the booth with Evan Black and Brandon Krutz. Catch us again on Friday night for the Cup Series, brought to you by the Hardline Racing League, and then every Sunday night for the Super Speedway DXT Driver Development Series. Again, thank you for watching. Have a great night, and we'll catch you next time.
See you next time.
Have a good night, everybody.